BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everything? Oh man, I gotta move this every time. I gotta start paying attention. This shit is gonna turn off. BBN. Oh yeah. I got the second screen over here. This supposed to be. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I got a whole nother screen open also. I'm over here. I'm on triple time. Right, bastard. I am. We're early today. Apparently, for everybody that don't know, we're early today. I think that I'm gonna move the morning show earlier for my own purposes and for my own reasons, just so we can be clear. But I think I'm going to start. We're gonna because 9:20 is pretty late. And I think it's pretty late in the day, not for nothing. And I'm usually ready to actually start shooting, start doing this way before 9:20. I'm usually by the time 9:20 come around, I'm already like, oh man, I'm fucking. By the time 8:45 come around, I'm usually like, I've been ready to go for like 20 minutes. So I think that we're gonna first move the programming up for that reason. There's a couple of other things that I'm trying to get ready to start bringing to the channel also. So we might need to start ending the show a little bit sooner. I'm not 100% sure about that. So that's another reason why I would like to start the show earlier, because I do not want to waste the time. Anyway, with that being said, I'm finished fixing everything over here so we can get to the actual programming. I want to be clear about something. I want to be 100% clear about something. You see this guy, Jack Frost? I do a halfway decent job. I come up here every day. And because the shit that I'm saying is so correct, it sounds like I'm talking about the same thing every day. So I have a question that I'm going to put into the chat. Would you prefer I was wrong more? Which would you prefer? Which would you prefer? Which would you prefer? It's the real question. Do you wish I was wrong more? So shows can vary. Or you are okay with hearing the truth? I have to take one now. You okay with it? I gotta take something to it. So I want to know. This is a real question. Which do you prefer? I was wrong more often, so the shows could vary more. Because if we talk about Meg Thee Stallion 2 days in a row, and I'm consistently telling you exactly what happens, that means that for 2 days in a row, while everybody else is talking about Meg Thee Stallion, but they talking about other shit, but she's in the algorithm, so I also have to talk about her. So would you prefer I was wrong more often, so it could vary, or are you okay with me just telling you the truth the way that I know it? Because we're about to discuss some more shit today that I was right about. And it's going to sound like I've been talking about the same damn thing for the last 3 weeks. When in reality, I've just been telling you what happened, and now it's just being disclosed. And I have no control over that. So I don't know how to handle it. In all honesty. So I say all that to say this. What do I always tell you? I'm going to go the long way. So give me a second. You know how I tell you, yo, when somebody lying, one of the things that they do, right, is that they don't want you to focus on the facts. They want you to focus on how you feel. Because the facts can't be manipulated. The facts is just the facts. But your emotions could be manipulated. So when the facts are not on your side, what a person would generally want to do is try to manipulate you using your emotions. Do you remember I talk about this? This is a thing I talk about. We discussed this over here, just so we could be clear. So I always say, whenever you in a conversation with somebody and you make a point and they know they wrong, they try to immediately attack your emotions. That's why they start insulting, right? That's why they might try to start making you try to feel guilt, right? Because they're wrong. What did the prosecution just do when on their closing argument? You want to know what the prosecution did on their closing argument? Their whole entire case is Meg Thee Stallion saying she's sad that Tory Lanez shot her. They don't have anything else. This is our tax dollars at work, y'all. Well, California's tax dollars, to be honest with you. But this is California tax dollars at work, y'all. Are we serious? So the prosecution goes out. They're closing arguments. And their closing arguments is based on, all they're saying is what Meg's testimony was. Their closing argument isn't them displaying evidence. Their closing arguments is them repeating Meg's testimony. Who told y'all they didn't have a case? Somebody told y'all they didn't have a case. I don't even know what happened, to be honest with you. I fell asleep last night, woke up this morning to one of our producers say, "Yo, you doing the show tonight?" My eyes was like this. Oh, shit. I gotta move the shows sooner during the day so I could do more things. Why we starting early today? I wake up at 5:30. There's no reason for me to wait till 9 o'clock. Unless I'm doing other work. Give me 1 second.
Let's go. So that ain't
No. The baby is fine. The baby. Oh, wow. Will Smith is fucked up. All right, so that's other content for a different thing. So I want to apologize about that. Somebody just sent me some real interesting shit and I couldn't stop from reading it. OGK Network. Shout out to OGK Network. OGK Network says, I haven't seen the Los Angeles District. I haven't seen anybody's. I haven't seen anyone, just so we could be clear. Anyone. Thanks, Stars. We're going to look into that in a second. I haven't seen any. I can't, in recent memory, remember any office in any county being this thoroughly dismantled and embarrassed. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying that this is on a national scale. This is on an international scale, just so we can be clear. All right? One of them niggas is from Canada. That Canada would be in that direction. By the way, that's north. don't ask me why I felt like I had to point in the right direction. I don't know why. But yeah, so appreciate you. No, stars. I'm gonna look right into it. I'm assuming that he's not there yet. It's court shit. They on the East Coast, right? It's not even 9 o'clock. He's not gonna be in court yet. We are gonna look into it though. I appreciate you. This is a fact. We on the East Coast, right? It's not even 9 o'clock, man. Court started like 9:30, 10, man. Like, you know, so I get it. Appreciate you. I'm gonna look into it. Dude, yeah, Canada's whooping us in our own court. The whole Canadian justice system is like, yeah. They high-fiving and shit. They jumping and clicking. They jumping and high-fiving with their legs up like this, right? They got their legs up like that, and they jumping and high-fiving each other. What the fuck? They killing these niggas. Thanks, Meg. Thanks, Megan Thee Stallion. You're getting our asses whooped in our own courts by some Canadian. I don't really know who his lawyers are, but I'm gonna stay with the Canadian jokes. We know he Canadian. Oh Lord. Okay. Oh, we know he Canadian. They whooping our ass. What the hell? My dude. If he loses this, we should honestly riot. Like, we should honestly riot. You understand? If you don't get it, you don't get it. If he loses this, every black man in America be scared. I just want to give you 2 points of interest real quick. Megan Thee Stallion says he was shooting over the car door, right? The witness says he was firing into the air. So Megan Thee Stallion saw him not shoot at her. Do you get it? Tory no, Meg no. Tory no, Meg no. I'm going to say that again. Listen and pay attention. Meg Thee Stallion herself says she saw him shooting over the door of the car. He's on the other side of the door. The witness says he fired into the sky. Meg Thee Stallion saw him not shooting at her. She saw him saving her life. You get it? But shout out to all of those people that are condemning that black man. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. Pay attention. Because the majority of the people that are, the main people that are still condemning him are the same people that try to tell you that they love black people and to go with them to march. How about that part? How about that part? The same people, the mother effing same people that try to tell y'all that they here for the black folk because they getting arrested and every damn thing else on camera. It's the same people that want that man in jail for saving that woman's life. Shout out to Tamika Mallory, my son, in the Until Freedom movement. Not a real shout out. I told you I was going to drag them when this shit got found. Because they were supposed to support our brother. That's their job. Not talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine. My son spent more time talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine than defending our brother from losing his freedom. How about that part? Somebody asked me, would I debate him? No, because talking to him wouldn't be a debate. A debate is an exchange of information, not an exchange of information and emotion. I'm exchanging information. He's trying to fucking confuse my emotions. How is that a debate? When we have a discussion, you saying just believe me because you know I'm solid, instead of saying here's a fact that I'm basing my opinion on, that we're having a conversation about. How are you supposed to debate with these people? Somebody put it in the chat. I'm curious. I'm listening. So shout out to Tamika Mallory, shout out to my son, and shout out to the Until Freedom movement, trying to put an innocent black man in jail to the point where he's in court right now fighting for his freedom. How much I get paid? I never get mad at y'all for getting paid. But how much I get paid for this? When y'all bringing attention to black people getting shot all over America, I think you should get paid. When y'all going and getting arrested on camera, I think you should get paid. That's your job. You get it? Whether other people think you should or shouldn't get paid or not, I don't give a fuck. That's your job. Your job is to be out there and to be annoying to any person that's trying to mess with black people. That's your job. Your job is to go shine some light on situations that people need to know about to protect minorities. That's your job. I'm not just trying to say black people, but minorities. That's your job. So it's also your job when a minority is trying to oppress another minority to help the oppressed minority, not to try to help the oppressor. But shout out to you guys. Doing all of the things. Shout out to Tamika Mallory. Shout out to my son. Shout out to Until Freedom. So how are we supposed to feel about you the next time you say you solid though? Did somebody explain that to me? The next time my son say take his word because he's solid, how are we supposed to feel about that? And you want to know the funniest thing about all of this? If Homegirl would have put two in Megan Thee Stallion, God forbid, but if Homegirl would have put two in Megan Thee Stallion, the same My Sound clown would have been saying he should have jumped on the girl to try to stop her from shooting her. Tell me where I'm wrong. So this isn't about she lied to you. Because she lied a long time ago. And it's pretty obvious she lied at this point. You see, when you was talking about it when it first popped off, like everybody else, shit, I made videos. Then the information came out and it was like, no, hold on here. So we going in the other directions. Just so we could be clear. So which black men are we supposed to protect, my son? Only the ones you like? Got a question. So 11 people voted. Which would you prefer? I was wrong more often so that the shows could vary. Or would you prefer that, or are you okay with just hearing the truth, even though often that's going to mean me saying the same thing? Everybody else is talking about the same topics. I can't help it that they don't know what's going on. That's how they're able to have 6 or 7 shows about the same topic saying 6 or 7 different things. They just don't know what's going on. Or they're purposely giving you bad information, but I don't want to accuse anybody of that. Salute to the 11 people that voted. Says, are you okay with hearing the truth? 63% said yes. We'll keep just doing the truth then. 36% said I should be wrong more often. Maybe I'll try to mix it up a little. I don't know what to tell you. You know, maybe I don't know what to tell you. But if as soon as I get told I'm wrong about everything. So remember, every time I do anything that's wrong, I gotta hear about it until I die. All right, let's get back to it. I'm going to get off of the whole my son topic. I'm just disappointed. I don't dislike our brother. I think that our brother has a beautiful platform, and I wish that he used it for the benefit of minorities and not just for the benefit of women. Because that platform isn't there for anybody but women. That whole platform, they talk about trying to help black men, but it's not really there for black men. Because if it was there for black men, then they wouldn't have handled this Tory Lane situation the way they handled it. You feel me? Your boy Jimmy Belcher says, that's not you to not tell what's really going on if you don't like you being right. Or well, so you understand what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like me being accurate is fucking me up in life. Honestly. Let's go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Shout out to my boy Foggy Lens, aka Foggy Lungs, for directing videos. Make sure y'all check him out. Foggy Lens, aka Foggy Lungs. My kind of guy. D-Block, yeah. Ghost told you so.
Oh, flex right there. Big dog, all right?
Good to see you. Know where we hanging out. Shot 97 and get hurt outside.
We're styling on him. What are you working with, Big Dog? What are you working with?
I got my little Jordans on. I got my little Jordans on.
Okay. You know, that's what it is, man. You see that? That's the monogram joint, the Gucci boots. Don't get stupid, all right?
He said, don't get stupid. He said, don't get stupid.
All right, the star up on YouTube, all right? We'll talk to you soon. Had a good time, man.
I had a good time with
you, Good to see you, man.
Lovely
Good to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Lit Digital DJs.
Lit Digital DJs, you see us.
Okay. You got the clubs locked down, I see you, man.
I'm still working, man. The old dog's out here.
As you should be. As you should be. All right, you guys have a good night. Take care.
Here. it was a point where Megan Thee Stallion decided that she wanted to leave, and then Kelsey agreed that she also wanted to leave. They then go to Tory Lanez driver, asks Tory Lanez driver, tells Tory Lanez driver they're ready to leave. Tory Lanez driver says, well, I'm not going nowhere without the boss. So apparently at that point, we're not exactly sure how it happens, but Tory Lanez then decides to leave. As far as this is Meg's story. Upon them leaving, they left, and then an argument ensued. The argument basically was Megan Thee Stallion shooting at Tory Lanez and saying, not literally, obviously, but verbally, at Tory Lanez and basically saying, your music is trash. Leprechaun. I think that's how it happened. When this happened, BBN Jack Frost, we back from all the commercial breaks that we had to take for a minute. We got new programming. I'm actually trying to set up on the page right now, so we're gonna see how that works out. Got new programming, got some stuff that I've been wanting to do previously. I've actually kind of spoke to other people about it, but everybody that I spoke to, it wasn't serious. So I'm talking to somebody about it right now, and maybe they might be a little serious, and we could do a couple of the ideas that I'm always trying to get off the ground. With that being said, I want to put a thing up. I was fucking some shit, so I ain't have time. All right, so I got a question. And I don't want to hold this question only to my son and 8 people because that's not fair. So we're just going to ask overall, like just in general, do you think rappers and activists owe Tory Lanez an apology? I'm going to say this one more time. Well, I'm going to say it probably numerous times over and over again. Meg Thee Stallion's story is Tory Lanez was shooting at her over the top of the car door, and that's how she got hit in the feet. So Tory Lanez is shorter than the car door. So he's either shooting like this or he's shooting like this over the car door, she's saying. I got it. So he's shooting like this, right? So you trying to tell me he was shooting to kill you and he shot past your whole body to your feet? That's one. That don't even make sense. But let's listen to what the eyewitness said. The eyewitness said that the girl first fired off a shot and he can't see the gun. He could just see the muzzle flashes. So first, the muzzle flashes went off closest to the woman. And then at some point, the short guy got a hold of it and fired it into the air. So you telling me Tory Lanez saved this woman's life and she got him on trial? I don't think you could tell me whoever working with her is Satan. Pay attention. Whoever working with her is Satan. I don't want to hear no explanations. I don't want to hear no apologies. This bitch is Amber Heard, homie. Whoever working with her is Satan, because you know she lying. There is no, this is my friend, so I believed him at some point. You know she lying. This man's freedom. When you lie on somebody's livelihood, life, and freedom, one of those is called snitching, first of all. or it gets in the realm of where it's usually discussed. Is that a better way to put it? So she saw her. She saw Tory Lanez save her life. She saw it. Do you understand how evil that bitch is? Do you understand how evil that is? Imagine somebody saving your life, or at least preventing you from getting shot, at the very least. And you try to send them to jail for actually shooting you. And the reason why he picked her up, the security guard dude picked her up and put her in the vehicle, is because she was injured. So that whole entire time that dude saw all those people over her, allegedly attacking her, there could have been a situation where they was trying to get her to calm down. And she just been, as far as she could probably tell, shot or injured. And she could have been being belligerent at that moment. She's also drunk. That could have looked like anything. How many times have we been at family events and it looked like niggas is fighting, but it's not really a fight? You understand? Or events with your friends or some shit. It's not really a fight. You understand what I'm saying? But people from the outside, they don't know what the fuck they're looking at. They don't know what they're looking at. They think they know what they're looking at. Yes, I did time you out for talking bad about Meg when this first happened. When we didn't know what was going on. I was also dragging Meg, remember? Dragging Tory, remember? So the point is, when we get information, we got to apply said information. And this particular information is putting a nigga in jail. She trying to put a nigga in jail that tried to save her life. She tried to put a dude in jail that, as far as we can tell from her own description, that's the point I'm trying to make obvious to y'all. By her own description of the events, he fired the gun in the air so there wasn't any more bullets in it. First of all, that's quick thinking. What about that? That's quick thinking as shit. How many of y'all would have had that kind of fucking awareness of us? Would have had that awareness. One of your chicks is shooting at the other chick. And you aware and conscious enough to, in a split second, get over to her and waste the fucking gun. You trying to tell me Tory ain't a real one? Real supposed to recognize real, right? So why can't my son see him? Put me on the game. Tell me where I'm wrong. I'm going to open up the chat if anybody want to come up here and talk their shit. Tell me where I'm wrong. Her own description is Tory Lanez quite possibly either saving her life or definitely preventing her from being shot and quite possibly saving her life. By her own description of the events, she saw what happened. She know what happened. And she tried to use protect black women as a weapon against this nigga. Could we take her awards back? No, I don't care about them shits. Yeah, no, take them bitches back. So she can't say she a Grammy Award winning. A Grammy Award snatched back from your bitch ass winning. A Grammy Award disqualification. Can we like adjust that title? Ain't real supposed to recognize real? Why don't my son know who Tory Lanez is then? My son went to jail for some other niggas, allegedly. Tory Lanez is out here stopping the vaginas he's... I like to make myself laugh. But Tory Lanez is out here stopping his vaginas from killing each other. I'm making jokes. Tory Lanez is out here actually protecting black women. I hope that joke didn't piss too many of y'all off. Oh, yeah, ain't his soul not for sale? My son, how much they paid you? How much they paid you? I hope that I ain't upset nobody. I was just telling a joke. I want to apologize about that joke already. I knew I shouldn't have said it. But it was... and then I doubled down. I want to double apologize for that part. And I'm also apologizing for laughing at it as I'm thinking about it. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Be right back. Oh, Lord. Progress. But I'm assuming she wasn't like throwing her feet in the air and he was shooting and picking them off. So he allegedly, Tory Lanez, he's not that tall. So he allegedly reached over a door, fired downwards into the ground, and shot her feet. But remember, he's trying to take her from existence, is what she said during her testimony. We'll have other videos on that. So I want to be clear about this. This is her story. And then they got back into the vehicle after he finished the feet shooting. They got back in the vehicle because, she felt, they encouraged her. I don't know how this works. Yo, man, he did the feet shooting and it was over. Shout out to her, man, because it's at some point, right? And I just want to say this. And this is the point I'm trying to make. And this is always what I'm saying. When a woman comes out and she says that she's been assaulted, we shouldn't discredit what she's saying. We got to look into it. And until you look into whether somebody needs protection, you give them protection. And you look into whether the protection is actually needed, and then you respond back. Then you respond accordingly. What I'm saying is that there are people that even after it was obvious that this man was innocent and was being lied on, these people still decided that they wanted to persecute him. You understand? Somebody said the DA did a bad job. Hold on. The DA did a poor ass job with their closing statements. Okay, so what do you think their closing statements were supposed to be about? You do understand and realize. Look, listen. You do understand and realize that they have zero case. Their whole entire case is Meg saying that a thing happened. They don't have any other case. So I'm not arguing with you. I'm just asking you, what do you think their closing statement should have been about? I'm going to finish reading your statement. The DA did a poor ass job in their close. I'm agreeing, by the way, but I'm saying they had no choice. That's what I'm saying. But I do agree they did a poor job. The DA did a poor job with their closing statements because everybody said that they were all falling asleep. But when the defense went up, they destroyed them into pieces. Once again, they don't have a case. So as far as I can remember, and I'm not arguing with you, I'm just engaging in your conversation. As far as I can remember, to be perfectly fair, they don't have a case. So all they have is Meg saying that it happened. If they talk about anything else in their closing statements, they might be hurting their chances because their actual only evidence that they have is that Meg said it happened. They don't have any other evidence, and that Meg's sad. There isn't any other evidence. There's nothing else. That's why I said if he gets found guilty, every black man in America need to turn up. Also, for everybody that don't know, there's going to be a Young Dolph Museum. It's going to be a pop-up museum tour. It's going to be in New York at some point. I hope that we get an opportunity to go out to it. There's going to be a pop-up museum tour. Young Dolph Museum. We're going to get that. That's a good thing, I think. He was doing a lot for his community. We don't know the other stuff that he was probably involved in because it seems all of these rappers are involved in criminal activity. What we do know about the positive things that he was doing for his community. So unless we hear different, we're going to hold him up and appreciate him for the positive aspects of the things in which he's done. And unless we hear different, right? That's fair, right? So no, that's how I feel about that. And yeah, the DA did do a poor job, by the way. But I'm asking, what do you think they should have done? I don't know what else they could have done. This is not me trying to be argumentative or attacking. I don't know what else they could have done other than just repeat what she said. As far as I can tell, all other testimony hurt them. All other evidence hurt them. That's why Tory Lanez, you're not getting on the stand. We're already winning. We up by 30 in the fourth quarter. There's 2 minutes left. Why would we put you on the game? You're not. The only person that go in the game in situations like that is LeBron James. That's why LeBron James is not a winner, by the way. Because you know what a leader does? When we're up by so much that we can't lose, the leader steps back and lets his team do what they do. Because everybody needs to grow and get experience. What does LeBron James do? Stay in the game, stealing points that should have went to his teammates. Shout out to LeBron James. Y'all want to talk about YSL this morning? Let me know. Put it in the chat if y'all want to talk about YSL this morning. I'm going to look at this poll real quick. Everybody vote if you get an opportunity. Also, if you are enjoying any aspect of the show this morning, you can always hit the like button. And if you really want to show even more appreciation because you're like, yo, I like what you're doing over there for us. I want to see the platform grow a little. We can always use donations. There's a super chat, there's a PayPal, and there's a Cash App. Whatever you choose, I think, and whatever denomination you think is worth it. If you think it's $1, it's $1. If you think it's $5, it's $5. If you think it's millions, I'm gonna be right back. Give me 1 second. So I've been watching people make pasta on social media. Oh man, I just want to make pasta every day for lunch. Just a different pasta. I'm not even lying. Because they just take the saucepan, you get the freaking sauces, you get the olive oil, you put it in the pan, you have the garlic all mashed up already because you put the garlic in the oven so it'll boil, then you squish it out. You put that shit in the pan, you chop up some onions, and then if you want to do cream, then you could get the tomatoes, then you get the tomato paste, and you get the heavy cream. So this is what I've been watching on social media. Oh man, Anyway, and like, but also that's for chicken, by the way. The recipe I was describing. Shout out to all the D Glass. He says, "Good mornings. Good mornings to you, my brother." All right, let's get to it. So I want to say this, and I want to be clear. I'm getting back to this thing. I've been needing a second every little while. Sometimes I don't want to go to a commercial break when I need a couple of moments to let my brain get back into it. So I want to say this, and I want to be clear. And I was asking y'all if y'all wanted to talk about YSL. By the way, nobody responded. So I want to be clear about something. We still on Meg. I want to be clear about something, and I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. Tory Lanez lost millions of dollars because the woman he saved the life and got prevented from being actually shot and possibly saved life, decided to accuse him of the crime that her friend did. You know how big that lawsuit would be? You know what the smartest thing Tory Lanez did was? Put out a lot of music. He was putting out a shitload of music. That lawsuit is gonna hurt. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something else you might know. You think Meg Thee Stallion has money? You think Meg Thee Stallion got money? You think Meg Thee Stallion got more money than Tory Lanez? I'm telling you right now, she don't. You think Meg Thee Stallion got more money than Tory Lanez? You think Meg Thee Stallion got money? Or do you think her label and her company pay for everything? Do you think her label pay for everything, or do you think Meg Thee Stallion got real money? Remember, since they get the loan first, usually the money that they have, they still owe. You understand? Because you get the loan first. Since you never actually pay off the first loan, you're never really ever making any money. You get the loan first. What do you think happened when Cardi B signed those 3 or 4 different 360 deals? She got loans every single time. Why do you think these rappers are selling their catalogs? Anyway, that's a whole different discussion for a whole different day. So yeah, Meg Thee Stallion is ruined. What do you think is going to happen when they go to court and evidence comes out that actually it's just used in the appropriate context? We already have Meg Thee Stallion saying that she saw Tory Lanez firing over the top of the vehicle. So he didn't want to shoot through the window or the glass. He was trying to kill you, but he wanted to make sure that the window or the glass, that just stayed intact though. He didn't want to shoot the window out, but he wanted to kill you. Hold on. Nobody don't think that sounds ridiculous? Oh, I want to kill that person, but I ain't going to tear this piece of paper to do it. I want to kill that person, but I'm not gonna break this window to do it. You know, I don't want to pay that insurance. I don't want to pay to get this window fixed. You think that's a thing? So he fired over the door? Her own testimony says that he fired into the sky. His own testimony. Just something to be mindful of. Her own testimony, pardon me. Just something to be mindful of. Her own testimony exonerates him. Now, I don't know if they mention this in their closing statements. They're lawyers. I'm not. Her own testimony exonerates him. I don't even know why they didn't mention that in Cross. So I don't know what to tell you. Be honest with you. In Cross, I would have been like, so you saw him firing over the door. I would have got the fucking something that's the height of the fucking door, brought it out, had her demonstrate and do everything. And then after she did all of this demonstration and we would have been looking at it and saw how ridiculous that looked, then I would have just asked the simple question of, well, why didn't he just shoot through the window? I don't need her to answer. I just need the jury to hear it. I don't need her to respond. That's what I would have did. Remember, she was the first witness. Basically, the only one. Now, I would have had her, and she would have been all too happy to show us. And then I would have had somebody Tory Lanez height also come out, by the way, and do the demonstration. Maybe Tory Lanez himself. Remember, she got shot in the feet. So he shoot it over the top of the door, and you said he's trying to kill you, but he shoot at the ground? So we just wanted you to describe it to us. So then she gonna show it. Then boom, not a problem. Then we gonna get somebody Tory Lanez height to do the same motion. So that's what I would have did. I don't know. So I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to that shit. Shout out to all the individuals that's out here actively trying to destroy Tory Lanez. I don't know what to tell you. Why my cheeks so fat though? I don't understand this shit. Like, why's my cheeks so fat? Like, what the fuck, yo? Y'all ready to talk about YSL for a moment? Put it in the chat if y'all want to talk about YSL. So I want to say this far, since we still talking about Meg. So I want to say this, right? Hold on. I got the lawyer up. Let's get the lawyer up on screen for a minute. Shout out to this guy. Shout out to Lawyers for Workers. Shout out to Mo. If y'all want to talk about YSL, put it in the chat. Hold on. I'm gonna play this real quick.
TV. Hollywood writers can't make this stuff up. Wait until you hear what the eyewitness testimony was this morning at the Tory Lanez. They asked Mr. Kelly, do you know why you're here? He said, absolutely. The defense attorney put up a picture of the back of his home. You could see a driveway. They had him draw a square where the SUV was parked. It was right on the curb of the back of his house, 10, 15 feet. His window is overlooking it. He stepped out onto his Juliet balcony and he watched for several minutes as Meg Thee Stallion and Kelsey, the two females, he didn't identify them by name, got out of the car and they were engaged in a fight. It was violent. It was quite aggressive. It started with arguing that woke him up in the middle of the night. Where his house is, often him and his son are woken up in the middle of the night by people who stop in and around the back of his home.
Okay, so I want to say something. Shout out to Mo. This was incredible detail that he added. I would love to have known how old the dude was though. But this was an incredible detail that Mo just added. And I'm going to explain why. So them waking up in the middle of the night isn't a new thing to them. They often wake up in the middle of the night and look over there and see people that got problems and issues. So whatever block that is, this is not new to them. They're used to waking up in the middle of the night and seeing activity. You understand? So that kind of helps with the validity of whatever their how do you say, their testimony was. Because this is something that they do. They do have a problem in their neighborhood with noise in the middle of the night. And they wake up and they see the shit. That's one. Two, and I think that this is even more important, they had him show how close the activity was to where he was at. Now, the only reason why the defense would do that is to show that they were close enough to see what happened. You understand? They were close enough to see what happened. This is in a situation where they were so off to the side. Third point, it happened on a corner. You know what that means? That means that there was a street light there. I'm going to say that again. It happened on the corner. So that means that there was a street light there. So just so we can be clear, they were close enough to see what happened. Pardon me. Just so we can be clear, they usually get woken up in the middle of the night because they live so close to where it happened that you can hear the people. It's not that far. On top of that, it's close enough for them to see what happened. And on top of that, it was on a corner where there's a street light. Because there's a corner, there's a street light on every corner.
Home. This was another night, arguing, escalation, two women fighting. He watched the whole.
They asked Meg Thee Stallion, did her and Kelsey get into it? And she explicitly said that they did not. This guy says two women was arguing. Part of my closing statement will be pointing out that the actual witness, who don't know who anyone involved here is, that's another reason why I would like to know their age, said that they saw two women arguing. Meg's testimony is that her and Kelsey did not argue at all. How can we believe Meg's testimony? The prosecution's entire closing argument was just Meg's testimony.
Thing while standing on his balcony. Oh my God.
Also, it's a balcony. It's not a window he peeking out. This nigga full outside with them.
Gets crazier as he looked down on a fight that he described as quite violent.
Also, look down on the fight. So that means that he saw it not looking straight. He saw it in all of its in a three-dimensional pattern. He saw it from the top. You understand? So he could see the distance that people had from one another as far as he could see them. He didn't see them from straight forward where people could be blocking his view. He's looking at it from a balcony perch. So his view is not obstructed by any of the other people that's involved in the situation, nor by any of the just random, trees or whatever that might be around. He has a full view. His vision is not obstructed.
He then saw the larger gentleman, this is presumably the security guard Quan, come and violently try to separate them. Eventually.
Now I want to point something out. He's on a blueprint. I want to point something out. Have you ever tried to separate two people? I'm not talking about two women at this point. Have you ever tried to separate two people from fighting? Explain to me how you do that without being violent. I'm here for it. I'm listening. Explain to me how you separate two people. I'm not talking about whether they're women or not. Explain to me how you separate two people from fighting without using violence yourself. Without being aggressive, without getting really in there.
All four were involved in what he called an aggressive, everyone fighting, essentially just a melee, a free-for-all between four people in the middle of the night, right outside of his window. He said,
just so we can be clear, he saw 2 women fighting initially. Then after he saw 2 women fighting, he then saw the big guy get involved and try to break them up. After the big guy couldn't break them up, all 4 of them were fighting. So the 2 women were fighting to the point where the security couldn't break them up. That's his job. So much so that Tory Lanez had to get involved and help the security break it up. Remember, Meg Thee Stallion said her and Kelsey at no point were fighting or arguing.
at one point he saw one woman go back towards into the car. At that point,
I don't gotta give any response to that, right? So Tory Lanez is the one that allegedly shot her, just so we can be clear as far as her testimony goes. But
he saw a muzzle flash. Then he said there was a man, and he called an aggressive, everyone fighting, essentially just a melee, a free-for-all between 4 people in the middle of the night, right outside of his back window. He said at one point he saw one woman go back towards into the car. At that point he saw a muzzle flash. Then he said there was a man, and after the first few shots from the woman came off, he saw the man getting involved with the woman, and more shots went off.
Meg Thee Stallion's testimony is that Tory Lanez fired over the top of the vehicle. That's Meg Thee Stallion's testimony. I'm saying if Tory Lanez is trying to shoot Meg Thee Stallion, why didn't he shoot through the damn window? That don't even make sense. All right, just so we can be clear. The witness is saying, listen, a woman went into the vehicle. When the woman went into the vehicle, all of a sudden he saw muzzle flashes. I don't think that there's a question who fired the weapon. So Tory Lanez saw one girl shooting at the other girl and he jumped on her and started wrestling her? So this is the guy that my son would like to go to jail? This is the guy that Tamika Mallory wants to go to jail. I'm going to say this again. So Tory Lanez saw one chick he was banging, shooting at another chick he was banging. He saved one of them from being a murderer, and he saved the other one from getting murdered. And my son thinks he should go to jail. Is that it? Is that the crux of this? Who else my son think we should vote for, by the way? What politicians do my son and Until Freedom think we should put into power? I don't think I'm voting for anybody they talk about voting for. If I was going to vote for them, I'm going to have to really... I'm not voting for the most part, but... because I don't really trust any of them dudes, to be honest with you. But we do talk politics. But no, I'm not. They can't tell me a way to lean. They can't talk to me about a way to lean. They can't talk to me about it. You understand? What up, Tika Ro? They can't have a conversation with me about it. That's not something that they could come to me and we could talk about, and I could take them seriously. How you gonna be solid and you trying to send a nigga to jail that just saved 2 women's lives? You solid though. He saved one from going to jail forever, and he saved the other one and helped her stay alive. But you think he should go to jail? Shout out to my son. Shout out to Tamika Mallory. Shout out to Until Freedom. Whose freedom? Because you're not talking about black men. Or is it until you help black men lose their freedom? Now you're going to go start talking about all of the marches you went in. How other people not marching with you. I've been marching with y'all, so you can't say that. How about that? Can we flex for one moment, if y'all don't mind? Can we flex for one moment, if y'all don't mind? We're gonna flex for a second. We're gonna flex for a second. Let's flex for a second. Hold on. Let's flex for a second. Just you know, because I don't be talking shit. Like, I mean, I be talking my shit. Jeez. I be talking my shit, but I don't be capping. Look, this is us, BBN Network, 3 years ago. King Stop Killing Kings March. I'm out there. You know how much fucking support we had on this channel at this period of time? Look, we outside. I used to live in that building, by the way. We outside. Look, I don't want to hear I'm not supportive. I don't want to hear that I'm not out here with y'all. I don't want to hear I don't live my platform for our people. I want to be clear about that. I don't want to hear that. For all the people that try to destroy my name and try to make me look like I'm doing something wrong, why, this is what I'm outside. Oh shit, I got the wrong screen on. Y'all couldn't even see that shit. I want to apologize about that. This is what I'm outside was doing when I had going on. Look, we marched from Fordham Road to 161st Street. It took 3 hours. This is what BBN is doing. I'm a scammer though, right? This is what I'm doing when I got resources. This is what I'm doing when I got resources. I don't want to hear that. I'm not outside. I'm outside when I had the ability to. Just so we could be clear. Just so I could be clear. That's what I'm outside doing. When we got, if you are enjoying any aspect of this show, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. If you feel like becoming a contributor to the show, and only if you feel like it, there is a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Super Chat that you can help contribute to some of our movements that we try to keep going over here. But that's what we be about. And when we got resources, that's what we on. Don't tell me what we not doing when we don't have the resources to do it. So I want to know, what part of wanting Tory Lanez going to jail was helping black people? Can somebody explain that to me? I'm here. I'm listening. I'm here. I'm listening. Also, almost that whole entire march, I walked backwards, by the way. Hold on. I just want to show y'all this. God dang it. I just want to show y'all this. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. I'm not going to let me show you. I want to show y'all something real quick. I'm walking backwards almost this whole parade for 3 hours. Look, I'm walking backwards. So that's at the, we have to, well, we walk over. Look, it's the whole march. Well, everybody has the luxury, so don't tell me that I'm not committed. Don't tell me I'm not committed. How can I be fake? How can I be a fraud? So that's what I'm outside doing when I have resources. Also, this is 3 years ago. So don't go to Jackie Robinson Park. We're not going to be there. Because they do it every year. Yeah, so just so we could be clear. Just so we could be clear. Shout out to Tory Lanez also. I'm going to say another reason why shout out to Tory Lanez. Whether y'all paying attention to this or not. Tory Lanez, while they trying to get him to go to jail for a crime he didn't commit, it allowed for Kelsey to be able to get immunity from the effing crime. Like I said, I had resources back then. We don't got resources now. If anybody we don't have the same resources we had back then. We have resources, but we don't have the same resources we have. So I can't do but so much. I will continue to do what I can, though. I do miss going outside to the marches and to the parades. I miss it. That is something I miss. I wish I miss that more than I miss going to the fucking clubs and shit. I don't really miss that. You know, I don't. But I miss going to the marches. I miss going to that type of stuff. I miss documenting even when Tamika Mallory and Mike Saunders, them, even the way I feel about them now, I miss still going out there and documenting when they're working. That's part of my job, whether I agree with what they're saying or not. So I do miss those things, and I wish to one day be able to bring it back to y'all. We'll see what God is going to do with me. That's it. Let's get back talking about what Mo talking about for a moment.
In cross-examination, the prosecutor asked him, "Did you see the man shoot?" He said, "Yes, I saw the shorter man with a gun shooting violently in the air, at least 5."
So just so we could be clear, Meg Thee Stallion saw him shooting over the car door, and the witness saw him shooting into the air. So Meg Thee Stallion saw him save her life.
Times. Okay, wait, what? That's not what you just testified. Then the defense attorney went back and asked him, "I thought you said you saw the woman and then you saw the man shoot." And he's like, "Yeah, you have to understand, it was just a crazy free-for-all and it all happened very quickly." And then he said the most shocking thing that has come out in this case, which is that after the shots went off, one woman crawled further away, that the 3 people then went over there and beat her violently while she was on the ground. They picked her up. They looked like they were going to drag her and throw her into the river. Instead, they dragged her across the street, put her in the car, and drove off. The prosecution, we're on lunch. The prosecution is going to come back.
Now you know why he called the police. He didn't just call the police because there was gunfire. He called the police because he believed there was a kidnapping.
And basically, they're trying to build the case that this witness is lying.
This guy's a good guy. We clap it up, homeboy. This guy's a good guy. But they're trying to say he's a liar.
Because he's intimidated by the defense that he never said anything about the muzzle flash going off near Kelsey, and now he's saying all this because he's scared of telling the truth. We'll see.
I got something to say. Do you remember when Tory Lanez got into the situation with that dude, Asina, and then he ended up punching the dude in the face, and then that was made to be a big deal? The Asina guy's gay, right? Now, I'm not trying to make a thing, but the Asina guy is gay, right? So that might make him probably be in connection or communications with some of the Meg Thee Stallion people. Tory Lanez might have been set up. That nigga might have said some weirdo shit to Tory Lanez and been doing weirdo shit the whole entire time that make Tory Lanez think they about that time. Remember, they trying to make Tory Lanez not be able to go tour and make no money on nothing. So they always got to be trying to sabotage everything that he's doing and make him look like he's somebody he's not. That's why sometimes the only thing that when you write and when you really aren't the person who did the bad thing, that's why the only thing you can sometimes do is just persevere. Because the lie isn't going to last as long as the truth. And sometimes people don't find out you was the right until after you die. Sometimes people don't find out that they was busy helping Satan until after you're in an unfixable way. Like your whole life is destroyed and now it's nothing left for you but to die. But now everybody knows that you actually was a good person and you didn't do nothing wrong. You'd be surprised at how many homeless people are in that situation. You'd be surprised at how many people that's homeless. And that's why they homeless. They're not homeless because they lazy or anything else. They were homeless because some group of people decided to destroy their life. That's it. Nobody believed them until it was too late. Satan.
See how that comes out on direct. Here's a fact, though. He has been consistent about a couple things. One, the two women were outside that car fighting for several minutes, escalated, started with an argument, then it got quite violent and the security guard came out to try to separate them. The idea that the jury would credit Meg's testimony, which is just completely contradicted by this eyewitness, is highly unlikely. The prosecution...
Once again, their closing statement was just repeating Meg's testimony.
Has major work to do to save their case, which is absolutely on life support right now.
If Tory Lanez get found guilty, black men need to really be upset. I can't wait to see who's the first douchebag that, if he gets found innocent, who's the first person that's going to come out and say that Meg got robbed. And I'm curious to see who's going to be the first black male. I think it's going to be my son. I think my son, if he gets found innocent, I think my son is just going to jump out the window and double down. He doesn't look like the type of guy that is smart enough to know that every single person in the world knows that this guy's innocent and you should not double down. I think he's going to double down. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But the fact that he's still on the side of the conversation he's on right now, he either has no control over what he does, he's paid, either don't have no control over what he's allowed to do, paid, so he don't care. Ah, man. This is a point to me because he's supposed to be a leader in our community. And the things he's done and the things Until Freedom did actually helped us get our president elected. So you trying to tell me the person that got our president elected is also trying to send innocent black, the entity that helped, that was campaigning to get our current president elected, also is an entity that's out here trying to get innocent black men sent to jail. How do you feel about that? They don't have the privilege of being able to argue both sides of the argument. They're activists. They don't have that privilege. A journalist, a reporter, he has that privilege. because they're just supposed to be bringing you facts. So sometimes the facts say something about the other side. Sometimes the facts help this side. Sometimes the facts help that side. But an activist is supposed to be bringing you the information that's pertinent to uplift our people. Those two are just puppets. That's it. I wish they stayed. I wish they didn't want to have some of the things in which they decided they wanted to have. Because when they were using their voice for the betterment of our communities, I just appreciated them more. Now, at the same time, I'm not going to tell them not to do the things that make them happy. If accusing innocent black men of crimes that they didn't commit makes you happy, I think you should be who you are. Whether you go to heaven or hell or not is already written. So, lean into it, whatever it is. Can I tell you? I don't know what to tell you. And I showed y'all the march to show you we were following them heavy. All right. I just stopped advertising them. Literally, I'll tell y'all this story, but I literally stopped advertising them on this page because my song got some kind of weird ass issue with me. So, I don't know what the hell the nigga problem is, to be honest with you. So usually when I go to an event now, I'm usually trying to avoid them. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't like them. You understand? Like, I'm not gonna say it like that. Like, I don't want nothing bad to happen to the guy, nothing like that. But his energy or whatever he's doing, I don't want it around me. You understand what I'm saying? So now when I go to events or something like that, generally when I see him, I try to turn up and go the other way. I know he don't want to talk to me neither. So this isn't me trying to avoid somebody that's trying to talk to me. He don't want to talk to me neither. You understand what I'm saying? So I just usually try to avoid him. To be honest with you. He's just done too much for my soul. It don't sit right with my soul. That's all. Shout out to him though, and I'm not trying to knock him. He could be right, I could be wrong. He's just done a lot. It don't rest well with me. You can't be out here saying that you want black kids to stop killing each other, and then you also out here attacking snitches. If you can't understand, then you're part of the problem. I don't agree with snitching either, but you don't see me attacking snitches. Because when that snitch snitched, he did he did God's will for somebody down that line. You don't know who it was. But he did God's will for somebody down that line. Somebody that this individual did wrong. God's wrath is being put on them. You understand? So I'm not here to say who's snitching or not. I'm against snitching because I'm against committing a crime. You understand? He's busy out here attacking people that's snitching, but he's supposed to want the betterment for our community. If you don't understand why that's a problem, it's a lack, and I'm saying this and I'm not trying to be a disrespectful. I guess I am trying to be a little disrespectful, but if you can't understand why that's a problem, it's because of a lack of education that you have. I'm pretty sure most people understand that. You can't say that you don't want people in our community hurt. You can't say that you want our community to do better, but at the same time, you're taking a non-illegal thing that the police use. You're taking a aspect of solving of crimes that isn't illegal, that doesn't hurt anybody's rights, that isn't, you don't want them to be able to use that aspect. Even though sometimes that's the only way to solve the crime. So who are you for? You for the people that's getting killed, or are you for the people that's doing the murdering? Are you for the people that's selling the drugs that's destroying the community, or are you for the people that need to get off of the drugs that's destroying the community? And you talk about being a woke gangster. Why is it so important to you to be a gangster? Why do you need that label? Why do your ego need that label? So I'm not trying to be a dick. You understand? Like, they call me Jack Frost. You wanna know how I got my name? I wasn't even trying to sound cool. I did that by accident. I tell you how I got the name Jack Frost. Total accident. Do y'all remember Google Plus? When Google Plus came out, I had some friends that worked at Google. So what happened was, the only way you could get in there was on the server if you got an invite. So when I got invited to Google Plus, I don't even think there was 1,000 people on the server. So when I was choosing my name, I wanted to choose a name that nobody would use, but also, so you know this isn't my real government name. And I chose Jack Frost because nobody yet used it. So I had Jack Frost. It didn't say Jack Frost 001. It didn't say Jack Frost 1. It didn't say Jack Frost 110. And just so we could be clear, I first tried to put NYC for real because that's the name that I knew the person by that was giving me the jump off. For real NYC, pardon me. Or no, NYC for real. So everybody called me for real. So that's who I was before I was Jack Frost on the internet, just so we could be clear. So I didn't choose my name to sound cool, homie. It just so happens that it does. Why do you need to be called a woke gangster? Why is being called a gangster so important to you? Another name people used to call me when I played basketball, they called me Spreewell. I didn't give myself that name. People gave that name to me. People gave me the name Psycho Bob. People gave me the name Spreewell. Because of them watching my actions and the way I carried myself. I play basketball like a fucking maniac. Give me the ball, I'm gonna go score. Athletic as shit, and I'm gonna play defense too because I want some steals. Also, I love grabbing rebounds and going coast to coast. So yeah, I want to dominate the fucking game. They call me Spreewell. My braids was down to here. Why does he need to be a woke gangster? Nobody else think that sounds... It's like, yo, I want to go out there. I want to be a shark in the desert. Wait, what? I'm trying to burn like the hottest fire that isn't by a natural gas in the ocean. I'm just going to light this match and I'm going to walk in there. Huh? Let's talk about YSL. Y'all want to talk about YSL for a moment? I'm just not a fan of dude. And I can't really tell y'all why. But he really did something dirty. I'm just not really a fan of dude. I want their movements to win, though. Maybe I'm wrong about what I think he did. But as far as I know, he did some really weirdo shit. So I call him out. Or not even everything. I call him out on some things. He's done so much shit that right in front of y'all eyes that y'all applaud, and I'll be looking like, wait, what? But I'm like, I'm not even gonna say nothing because I don't have a vendetta against him, nothing like that. So I'm not gonna say anything. I just let that shit fly. But this particular situation, we're talking about sending a man to jail for a crime that he did not commit. We're not talking about a difference of an opinion. We're not talking about doing something a different way. We're talking about a man going to jail for a crime that he didn't commit. And not just that, but he did the heroic thing. You know, like when them dudes was gonna kill that cab driver, if you would have stopped them. How about that part? But you gangster. And Tory Lanez is a lame. While he out here wrestling down people with a firearm to stop them from killing another person. He a lame though. You woke. You a whole woke gangster. You walk around with tape on your eyelids. You put your glasses on backwards so people think that you can see them coming. Right? All that clown shit. Don't forget that part. That's probably on the level of real. That's some real Tupac shit. Everybody forget about when Tupac jumped out the whip and shot it out with the police, because the police officer was abusing his authority and doing something illegal to some random person in the street. And Tupac jumped out the whip and shot them niggas up. People forget about that. Or when my son would have jumped out the whip then. If my son is there and two women and one woman is trying to kill another woman, what is my son gonna do? Because apparently he don't think stopping the one from shooting the other one is the right thing to do. So could somebody go ask him what he would do? No, Pac didn't know they was police. That's a fact. I'm just saying that they were police. I was actually alluding more to the fact that they were people who knew how to shoot and went to training. That's what I was trying to emphasize by saying that they were police. I'm pretty sure they went to training. I know you're trying to make a whole entire different point. While I'm making the point that Pac got into a shootout with trained shooters and won. You see what happened when people just want to say the opposite of what you're saying? He just missed because he ain't know what I was talking about. He's just trying to say the opposite of what I'm saying, though. He's trying to discredit what I'm saying. Pac got into a shootout with trained police officers and won. What you got to say about that, Reggie Nobles? What you got to say about that? Pac got into a shootout with trained police and won. Discredited. I believe Pac got shot. What are you talking about? They didn't shoot back. Who thinks so? Should I entertain this guy's conversation anymore? Anybody else in here? Should I entertain this conversation and y'all don't care about this? Anybody, just anybody. Anybody that we know. You told me to go look the thing up, but you don't want me to look the thing up? No, you are. You were here too. Ask him how old he is. But when one of them pulled his gun, Tupac shot first. So Not only did Tupac quick draw this nigga. You see what happened when people try to show up places and say the opposite of whatever you saying? Do you see what happened when people try to show up and just say the opposite of whatever they hear you saying? Now that you understand these people that is coming in here talking to me, they just talking, they just a waste of fucking time. But I'm wrong because I'm saying that. Hold on, could y'all see my screen? I don't think y'all can see my screen. Hold on. I need y'all to see this. Why is that shit not showing? Hold on. Hold on, we gonna dub this shit and bring it back up. Stop that screen. Just somebody's in my computer. Give me a second. Somebody's in my computer. Give me a second. Draw this nigga. You see what happened when you just show up and you just trying to say that this the opposite of whatever anybody else is saying? Pop, quick draw this nigga. No, not next question. Get the fuck out of here. Pop, quick draw this nigga. Pop, quick draw this. Hold on. You're trying to tell me Tupac did a Wild Wild West Clint Eastwood, and this dude is trying to make it sound like it was nothing. Pac, quick draw these niggas. A whole cowboy out this bitch for real. I think that's more impressive than it being a shootout. This nigga is Cad Bane. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think y'all know who Cad Bane is. He's in Star Wars. This is him. This nigga too. He kills Jedis, by the way. This nigga Tupac is Cad Bane. He kills Jedis, by the way. He fights more than one Jedi at a time. This nigga's a beast. Before anybody think of, if you don't know about him, this nigga's Cad Bane. This nigga quick draw this nigga. Look, just so you can understand how real Cad Bane is, they got him in a picture next to motherfucking Clint Eastwood. So you're trying to tell me Tupac? Hold on. So you're trying to tell me that Tupac quick draw the nigga? Two niggas, by the way. It was two of them. So Tupac quick draw the nigga. Two police officers. That nigga Cad Bane out this bitch. Shout out to Cad Bane. They gotta bring him back. That nigga Cad Bane out this bitch. That nigga is Cad Bane out this bitch. Shout out to that shit. Yo. Hold on. Is that impressive? I want to put this in there. I want to ask a question. I'm not paying attention to that nigga. I'm not paying attention to nothing else he say, by the way. Whenever somebody do this on the chat, I don't pay no more attention to their comments ever again. Like, not necessarily ever again, but they got to do a lot of good comments for me to actually start paying attention to their comments. Hold on, I got a question. I didn't misspeak. I told you he's just in here to argue with me. He's just in here to try to get me to say something and say that I misspoke. I didn't misspeak. That's still a shootout, you dumbass. How's that not a shootout? You just don't know what a shootout is, stupid. I was gonna leave that alone. I wasn't gonna point out the fact that you did not know what a shootout was. You don't even know what a shootout is, and he's trying to have a conversation with me about a shootout. That's a fucking shootout, dumbass. You think both of them have to be shooting for it to be a shootout? No, nigga. That's still a shootout, dumbass. I didn't misspeak. You just aren't very smart. That's still a shootout. Both of them had guns. The other guy would have pulled this gun if he had the chance. He didn't have a chance because this nigga quick drew him. The fuck? If the other guys had no guns, then it's not a shootout. It's a shooting. The other guy would have shot. He shot him before he could shoot. I'm just kicking that guy because he just want to argue. There you go. Oh, Pac knew they were police? So Pac also knew they were police. And he quick drawed them. Appreciate you, your boy Jimmy Belcher. That's your comment. No, you put your comment in there. I don't need to say it. You put your comment. And Pac knew they were police. He knew they were police. And he got out and quick drew them. That's some real cowboy shit. That's cowboy shit. What up, Rue? Hey, Rue, are you impressed by Tupac staring down two police officers, getting into a drawing competition with them and shooting them niggas and not getting shot himself? Are you impressed? I'm just asking. I don't know what Pac would or would have not done. What kind of... So, what the fuck? So, he's trying to have an argument with me about what another man would or would not have done? Nobody else don't think that... What the fuck? How are you going to have an argument with me about what somebody else would or would not have done? That... How could I even argue that? Like, how could... Tupac had another situation where he pulled the gun out and he got into a shootout in the place in Manhattan. So, yeah, he probably would have. You saying he knew that they was police. So, yeah, he would have. But if I don't know, but how can you? Yeah, so yeah, I say he would have. How about that? Based off of the information that happened when he was in New York City and them niggas tried to roll down on him and he was trying to get the blick out. Just based off of that, yeah, I believe it. I believe he'd do it. How about that? I don't know what to tell you. I think that's enough proof. I wonder what would have happened if he didn't also shoot himself trying to get the gun out. He quick drawing police. He might have had to drop on them motherfuckers, but what happened is he couldn't get the gun out in time. He shot himself. And then they shot him. If he would have got that gun out in time, them niggas might have been dead. For everybody that don't know, it's a narrow hallway. It wasn't a big thing. It's like a narrow hallway. You open the door, you walk through the building, there's a hallway. If you got to walk past a person, you got to kind of turn to the side. They got to turn to the side a little too and walk past you. You understand? He was at the elevator, I believe, or they was getting out the elevator, some shit. But they were all in that narrow space. If he gets the blick out first, there's no telling what happens. As you can see, I'm debating with what happened. I'm not talking about the way I feel. You understand? So if you trying to have a whole conversation with me based off the way you feel, and I'm busy trying to talk about facts, how can I talk to you? Like, I can't talk to you. Look, EC. You understand? I can't talk to you. I'm talking about facts, and you trying to disrupt your whole thing is an emotional conversation. Or about what you think and about what I think, but we're not going to use none of the actual facts in order to base our opinions on. So I don't know. With all due respect. What time is it? We started super early today. Huh. Yeah, we started super early today. Yeah, so I'm not. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I apologize all the times we having conversations and the shit go left. I'm trying to talk about the facts. And if you have an opinion or you feel away emotional connection, could we please at least have that connected to facts? Because that could be discussed. If we just gonna sit here and talk about our emotions and our feelings, that's a recipe for argument, is it not? Shout out to Rude, don't nobody see them Dots Jones. He said, slapping haters trying to mess up the show. That's how it's supposed to be done. Shout out to Rude Jones. A day one. That's how it's supposed to be done. When the niggas show up talking crazy. Shout out to Rude Jones, a day one. Big King Will up there. I got Will up there right now. I like this shit. Me being able to put y'all comments up here, by the way. And yes, I generally put people comments that might do drops more or that say nice stuff more. Especially when you like dropping cross. I love the cross. Can we drop some cross in the chat? We got new merch also. Go check out our new merch. Link is in the description. I keep picking up my phone because it is going off a little. And I'll make sure I don't miss nothing. I have not been posting enough on Instagram. We're going to start trying to rectify that today. She is super cute, and she is not even. She is super cute, and she's not like, I don't know, she's like a regular looking chick, I guess, but she like super cute. I love her energy. I think that's what it be with me. I think it's about energy. I don't even think it's about. I think it's about energy more than anything else. Shout out to Sammy. She's super cute. I was gonna try to holler at her one time, but I thought she was dating somebody, so I didn't. And she wasn't even dating the nigga. Shout out to that shit. And yes, she's Latina. I like them. I like black girls too, obviously. But yes, I like those Latinas. It's a fact. Don't let nobody lie to you. I'm from the Bronx. In the Bronx. And if you're a black dude from the Bronx and you have never dated a Dominican or a Puerto Rican, you're not really from the Bronx. If you're a black dude from the Bronx and you don't have that Puerto Rican or Dominican family that used to hang out at their crib every now and then, you're not really from the Bronx. I don't care if you grew up and lived there. I don't care if you never stepped outside of the Bronx a day in your life. You're not really from the Bronx. If one of your favorite foods don't come from the damn Coochie Fritos, or at least if you don't like Coochie Fritos food, you're not really from the Bronx. I want to own a Coochie Fritos. All right? Because Bronx niggas grew up different. A lot of us Bronx dudes, especially as black guys, we grew up in classrooms where we were the minority. Almost all of the classrooms I grew up in, I was the minority. I'm just putting you on a game. Almost all of the classrooms I grew up in, there was only like 2 or 3 black kids in the class. That's why every time people talk about the Bronx and they be like, yo, black people was all hip hop. And then I remember growing up and I remember that time and in that era. And the Bronx was it was just so many different races of people. It was crazy. I remember I used to have this crush. I'm just going to talk some shit for 2 seconds. I remember I have this crush. Her name was Fiona. So she was Indian of East Indian, right? So she was super cute. She was like, in 2nd or 3rd grade, some shit. So me and my friend Freddie liked that at the same time. So a little bit of backstory. So there's this chick named Millie that I used to be, she used to be my girlfriend in 1st grade. But she was my girlfriend at the same time with me and my friend Dave. We were both dating her at the same time, and we were all cool. We was in 1st grade. So the difference is when the Fiona situation came around, me and Freddie, we were more both chasing her down, trying to go after her and scoop her. And we ended up getting in trouble with the school. So shout out to that shit. But not real trouble. You know what I'm saying? Just like we was going hard. Man. We was going hard. Like we was trying to scoop shorty. Oh, so when I was going to Catherine Gibbs, apparently she was going there at the same time. So it was kind of dope because then now I was in my full glory of being like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was lit. Like I'm still lit. So I was in my full glory of just being a handsome ass nigga on campus. And so that was lit. And she still looked like she was like, you know, in high school, but like, you know, like a nerdy chick. But I like nerdy chicks, so that's cool. She was always a cutie. Shout out to Fiona. Shout out to Freddie. Shout out to PS59. Shout out to PS59. Salute. I'm gonna get to the bag one day, PS59, and I'm pulling up. I promise you. That whole neighborhood, whole Bathgate neighborhood. I'm gonna get to the bag and I'm pulling up. You know, that garden that y'all had over there forever, we making that shit even better. We gonna make that shit so we could grow the food there and sell to the community or give to the community. One or the other. Get it. But we gotta, you know, somehow keep it going, but give to the community. We gonna figure a way. We gonna start growing our own fucking food. They have for everybody that don't know, you don't know what I'm talking about. PS50, I'm gonna show you. I talk my shit for a while and y'all not leave and just, you know, we got a couple minutes. I'm gonna talk my shit for a while. I'm gonna tell you about this. This is something that's really close to my heart. I don't share a lot with y'all sometimes. Nah. Oh man. All right, so that's my old school, right? So let me show you something. Hold on. I want to go into the other view though, so y'all can see what I'm seeing. So this is the school, right? You see, we got the whole block. You see this over here? That's a garden. You see all of this right here? That's a garden, community garden. See? It's a garden. And there's another one over here. Under there, you just can't really see it. It's on both sides. Farm of the Bronx. This is where I grew up. This is my old school. Why don't we got a football field or something? Why is there no park stuff there? We need to get this shit. Got the track over here. That wasn't there when I went to school though. This is new. That wasn't there. See how small my school was? My school was tiny. They were able to really speak with us. You know what I'm saying? So even though the teachers were able to spend time with us. This part, I don't know if you can see the cursor. Did y'all see the? Oh shit! Y'all can't see what I'm looking at. I apologize. Y'all can't see what I'm looking at. Let me bring it up on the screen. I'm sorry about that. So this is the gardens I was talking about real quick. So you see that over there? Look, you can see how big it is. That's a track right here. Remember, this got to be a quarter mile or tracks. I think that's how they're supposed to do. All tracks are supposed to be like a quarter mile or some shit like that. Anyway, you see the track right there. This is the gardens. So I wanna, if I get to the bag, I wanna pull up. Like, why can't we just all grow? At least this community over there, just grow our own food. Maybe we could grow enough food to then sell also, and that could help financing to the community for other things for the kids. Like you don't know, right? So that's dope. You see the map right there? They got on the jump ball. Also, there's basketball somewhere over there. I think it's supposed to be. I saw one over there last time I went over there. Anyway, so that's the farms over here where they growing the food at, and over there. I would love to be able to come back and do something. There's a store over here. So there's this cute girl that I used to like. Her name was Leslie Rush, and she used to live in this house over here. One of these two houses. She used to live on one of these houses over here. So I used to always walk up this street so I could see if I could just look at her. I was a shy little nigga. This is the store I used to have to steal from. That store. On the way I could eat. And I never stole from this store. This is Manny's. I never stole from it. Also, this school wasn't there when I was a kid. All of this was abandoned buildings. That was just rubble and abandoned buildings. And that's where I used to live. And this is my backyard, my old backyard. 4440. That's not 4440. That's 4440. They got the streets. They got the houses marked wrong. That's not 4440. The one next to it is. So this is my backyard. I had a big backyard right here. And so this used to all be rubble and abandoned. It wasn't even abandoned buildings. It was just garbage. I don't know how to explain it. So I used to sometimes come from school right here, and there was a hole in the gate right here. So I used to come from school, and I used to just go through the abandoned building stuff and go to home like that. And it used to like mad trees was back there too. Like this was all like trees. You see where you see this right here? That was all like trees. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a big like trees back there. I don't know how to explain it. So we used to go on the trees and stuff like that. That was dope. Shout out to that. I lived alone. I don't know what to tell you. As you can see, one more thing I'm gonna show y'all. You can see like this is a train across the street from me. Come on. Yeah, so this is a train track across the street from me. So I didn't even have a house in front of me. This is the train tracks. I didn't even have a house in front of me. And look, this is a whole dead end block. Look, you can't go that way. When you walk down my street, my nigga, this is a dead end street, my nigga. Look, you can't go across the street. You can't go nowhere. Once you come on this block, you got to go up the block or down the block. That's it. That's why I don't run, my nigga. You couldn't run. I couldn't run. Like, even if I wanted to run, I couldn't run, my nigga. Look. I lived on, look, you can't even go over the street over there. Look, the train is still there. Nobody even know I was there. Look how many streets we going down. You can't even go over there. Nobody even knew I was alive, bro. It is what it is. It's cool though. Anyway. That's why I'm just the way I am, man. This is what it is. Yeah, man. You ain't even know I was alive, nigga. I was over here doing things. I am hungry and I want to get to the store, and they might actually have some good food today. So I think I'm gonna I don't know. What else y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about this? I don't really want to get off yet. I think this has been a pretty good show. Y'all want to talk about YSL? We haven't talked about YSL yet. Y'all want to talk about YSL? I have no idea what you're pointing at, EC. And I don't even know what EC means. Educated what? Chump? I'm just making jokes. Immaculate champion. That's what EC means. It's like I'm a whole immaculate champion. There's been nothing immaculated at this level of immaculance since all of the immaculations. So, any emotions that he previously had for this woman went out the window. He decided that right here and right now was time for her feet to go. And that's allegedly the reason why Tory Lanez shot her. Real quick, I want to point a couple of things out for everybody that don't know. Tory Lanez is like 5'6". I don't know how Tory is. 5'6", yeah. 5'5". I'm not here to disrespect him like that. I don't know how Tory is. I don't even know if he is lips. But Tory, some niggas with his lips. But Tory Lanez allegedly shot over the top of the car door. So I just want to be clear about something. This was an Escalade, or it was a very big Suburban. It was a very big vehicle. I'm not 100% sure what vehicle it is. But she's saying that he shot over the top of the door at her feet. I'm assuming, and I'm not saying they need us to be humorous, but I'm assuming at that time she wasn't like throwing her feet in there. I'm not gonna do it for cameras. This is a children's program. But I'm assuming she wasn't like throwing her feet in the air and he was shooting and picking them off. So here, I'm sorry. I really wanted to do a thing, but it was just gay, so I didn't. Let's look and see what YSL is doing in court. We're going to check it right now. Thank you for reminding me. Somebody else had brought it up earlier. I meant to recheck it. We're going to go look at what YSL was doing in court right now. It's on 11 Live, right? Shout out to 11 Live. You know we fucks with them. Also, I need to call out this drop real quick. I want to make sure I like calling the drops out when you guys are still here. I don't see it. I'm going to need somebody to send me a link. I don't see it. Hold on. I only see upcoming. Hold on. I'm searching. Let me call this drop real quick. Shout out to your brother Shaw with the $5 drop. He said, shout out my TikTok. His TikTok is your brother Shaw. Shout out to your brother Shaw TikTok. Hope he's not over there saying shit about me. If he is, he sent the $5. Oh man, wait, hold on. Let me just put in Young Thug, right? YSL Young Thug. Okay, hold on. Young Thug court. All right. I don't see no live stream. So if you have a link, send it to me. I don't know. I don't see no live stream. If anybody has a link, send it to me. I don't see any live stream. Somebody came in here and said that earlier, but I don't see it. So I don't know what to tell you. If it exists, I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm just saying I don't see it. Just so we can be clear. I'm not saying it don't exist. I don't want somebody, yo, Jack said the thing ain't a thing. Is it a thing? Yeah, I'm not saying any of that. I have no idea if it's a thing. It might be a thing. Might not be a thing. It might be two things. You know what? This mofo says okay because he didn't see it either. So you asking me about a thing that you already checked to see if it was a thing. You saw it wasn't a thing, and you still ask me. I'm sorry. Oh man. Whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna go to a commercial break real quick and we gonna come right back. Whatever. I don't know what to tell you. I don't got the slightest idea about these things. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just here minding my business.
I be on my grind. 6 in the morning. It be on my mind. 6 in the morning. That's why I keep that pine. 6 in the morning. When I'm on that grind. 6 in the morning. I be on my grind. 6 in the morning. It be on my mind. 6 in the morning. That's why I keep that pine. That's why I keep that. When I'm on that grind. When I 6 in the morning. I get it and go. Call that a fast break. Young cash cow and all I eat is steak. The pill game been booming, you fuck boys late. Your whole team rib touching, you the only one ain't. You hang around some real niggas, you the only one ain't. If I fuck with you, my word good as the bank.
Damn, if I knew 2 days ago what I knew right now, I wouldn't even be in this shit.
Thank you for making my morning so bright. I appreciate you. And that weirdo earlier. Thank you for making my morning so bright. And I wash my hands. I gotta put more lotion on. You brightened up my mornings. Thank you to everybody that decided to pull up with the shenanigans. I appreciate the shenanigans this morning. And obviously, everybody that pulled up to the Cash App, to the Super Chat, and to the PayPals. And remember, we always need Super Chat drops, by the way. So you don't always have to send Cash App. If you prefer to send Super Chat, send Super Chat. I don't care. YouTube needs to know we working for them too, you know? Right. I'm hungry. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is about the time of the show. And I'm like, it's time to go because of the grubs. All of the grubs. Let's talk about YSL. All right. So I want to mention something. Could we mention something real quick? We talking about YSL. Could we mention something real quick? So do y'all remember when all of this first happened? We had individuals coming in here. If you remember any of this stuff, just put it in the chat. It just, we want to keep our chat moving also. Could we drop some frost so we can get our chat rate up? When we get our chat rate up, that actually helps send out notifications also. So I want to be clear about this. Listen and pay attention. Do y'all remember when I told y'all? Rewind. Do y'all remember when we started talking about this case? And there was a lot of people that came in here and said that Thug and Gunna was going to get off. They said Thug and Gunna is going to get off because they're just going to snitch on their underlings. And do you remember that I said, well, the DA already had said, Fannie Willis, whatever the fuck she is, already had said that they're not allowing, that they want the bosses. They want the bosses. They don't care about the stooges. They don't care about the goons. They don't care about the henchmen. You want to know the thing about a shooter? Yeah, in the first grade, I had a girlfriend. Hold on, I'm gonna let this go through. Y'all didn't have girlfriends in the first grade? Y'all didn't have a little girlfriend, a little boyfriend in the first grade that y'all walked around and, I mean, I was just kissing her hand, but y'all didn't have a little boyfriend or a little girlfriend in the first grade? Everybody that had a little boyfriend or a little girlfriend in the first grade, drop a frost in the chat. It's first grade, second grade, you know what I'm talking about. Drop a frost in the chat. I want to know. Y'all had a little boyfriend, little girlfriend in first grade, second grade. How could I be a perv if I was in first grade? You niggas is sexualizing children, man. This Bariqua Billy dude is sexualizing a child. Why are you sexualizing a child, homie? I'm just talking about having a little boyfriend or girlfriend in first grade. How are you sexualizing children? I'm just kicking. I ain't got time. Okay, let's get back to what we're talking about. We don't got time. Yeah, we don't got time for that. We get back to what we're talking about. This guy's in here sexualizing children. Do you understand the people that I'm arguing with? I'm just saying that. Understand the people. This guy's sexualizing children, man. And trying to say I'm doing that. Or y'all didn't have a little boyfriend, little girlfriend in first grade? Like, what the fuck? I can't be the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Anyway. Well, whatever the thing you said sorry for language for, it didn't come through. So you don't got to worry about it. It didn't come through. All right, let's get back to it. So I want to be, and I'm going to put up some of these frosts over here. I like the frosts. Got some frosts up on the screen. Let's let, well, you did a drop today. So let's get exclusive drops frosts up there. All right, so listen. Everybody, except for that guy, apparently, the pervert that's sexualizing children. And just so we could be clear, I was in first grade. So he's sexualizing children being with each other. Not just children being with kids. He's sexualizing. Oh, Lord. And y'all think I'm the guy that's wrong. Anyway. YSL. Do y'all remember when Fannie Willis was talking about it? Listen, pay attention. She said they're not doing deals with none of the bosses. They did a deal with Gunna. They don't consider Gunna a boss. They did a deal with the other dude. They don't consider the other dude a boss. They then did deals with two more dudes and a third guy that's Young Thug's blood brother. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out.
Attorneys have called it a record label. Last week, Sergio Kitchens, better known as rapper Gunna, took the first plea deal, followed by Walter Murphy, an alleged YSL co-founder. Then Woonie Lee, rapper Slime Life Shoddy, and Martinez Arnold, rap name Little Duke, cut deals. Now today, Quantavious Greer or rapper Unfunk entered a guilty plea. All five have been sentenced to between 9 and 10 years on probation. They will also have to testify at the YSL trial if attorneys on either side ask them to.
The Fifth Amendment says I am not going to testify because I refuse to incriminate myself. You can do that.
Daryl Cohen is a prosecutor turned defense attorney. He's not.
I wanted to bring this up so I could explain something. Y'all go to these dudes' channels that don't know how the law work. I don't know no better way to explain that to you. I'm trying to move this without turning my computer off. I shake this shit too much. That shit gonna go off. You ain't gonna see me no more. I be trying to explain this to y'all without disrespecting any of these channels. But y'all go talk to people about court and law that they don't know what they looking at and they don't know what they talking about. I don't attack people personally because that's just not my energy. You understand? I know sometimes people think I'm making personal attacks at people, but generally I'm not. I just say shit that hurt a nigga heart by accident. So I want to explain this. There are too many pages out here that don't know nothing about the law. Zero. Y'all watch these pages and then y'all bring their don't make sense arguments to people that know about the law. And then you get mad at those people when they think that what you're saying don't make any sense because you've been tricked by somebody who don't know what they're talking about. So I'm going to explain this. If you're on the stand and they ask you a question and you say you plead in the fifth, you have to be incriminating yourself with the answer. If the answer is not incriminating you, you cannot plead the fifth. For the person that's going to say, well, they know whether the answer is going to incriminate them or not. They can't, he's not going to answer. What's going to happen is, whoever the person is that's asking the question, they know that the answer don't have nothing to do with incriminating you. So they're going to ask for a sidebar. They're going to go speak to the judge. They're going to first say that you're a hostile witness, 9 times out of 10. Second, they're going to say that you're being that your testimony is false. Then the judge is going to take you out of that stand after they have they converse. He's going to take you back to the judge's chambers. When he takes you back to the judge's chambers, he's going to ask you questions. And you're going to have to answer every last fucking one of them. There is no, you're not going to testify because no matter what they ask me, I'm going to plead the fifth. That doesn't exist. That's not a thing. These guys sign deals saying that they're going to be, that if they're called to testify by anybody, parties involved, that they will. That means that they can't turn down a subpoena, which you already can't do. But adding to their situation, them turning down a subpoena means, you know those 10 years that they said is suspended? Guess what? Them shits is back in sessions. So imagine being out for 3 years. Now you effed up because they called you. And you 3 years in. Now you got to testify. And if you don't testify, you got to go do the 10. How about if you 8 years in? You got 2 years left. And if you don't testify honestly, you got to go do those 10. How about that? The Alfred plea just allows for them to come home right now. And the only way they can do that is by not being a part of the crime, but they also have to admit that they are a part of the crime. So later on, when they decide, you know what, we want to send you to jail, they have you admitting to also being a part of the crime. So what makes you think any of these individuals that's about to be called to testify is going to say no?
Not involved in the YSL case, but is following it closely. If Gunna, Greer, or any of the others to take plea deals are called to testify, he says they can only use the Fifth Amendment to avoid certain questions, meaning they could offer valuable testimony.
But you cannot take the Fifth when it comes to testimony towards someone else or some other people that ever.
So when they pull up and they ask Gunna about Thug and it don't pertain to Gunna, Thug, he got an answer. My apologies, wrong clip.
After each statement, whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are truthful, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you think is going to happen when they call him to the stand and he has to give information on these crimes that he know about, that he just acknowledged knowing about? I'm going to rewind that again. This is what I mean by people don't know what they talking about.
Personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Involved.
Offer valuable testimony.
But you cannot take the Fifth when it comes to testimony towards someone else or some other people that ever.
Associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what part who here thinks that these guys are not going to get called to testify? Hold on, this in this poll. I want to know. 30 people voted. Let's end it first. 30 people voted. The question was, do you think it's impressive that Tupac quick draw the police? 66% said yes, 33% said no, 30 people voted. I should be able to do that math. That's easy. Hold on. Okay, look, I'm getting distracted. Fuck, I forgot the question I was gonna put. Oh, so I'm getting distracted. Some of y'all want to be involved, but y'all don't want to necessarily lean one way or the other for whatever the case might be. Also, if you are enjoying any aspect of the show, you can always smash the like button, pull up to the Cash App, the PayPal, or the Super Chat. And if you would like to buy ad space on this platform, it's very easy. All you got to do is contact me right here at I Am The Real Jack Frost. I repeat, I am The Real Jack Frost. That's all you got to do is contact me there if you would like to buy some ad space on our show. Shout out to Symbology Scandals. He says salute to you, good sir. Shit, I didn't dub that other thing already, did I? No, I didn't. All right, but listen, pay attention.
Involved in a crime.
Young Thug is charged with violating the state's RICO Act along with criminal street gang and firearms crimes. Other defendants face those same crimes, while a few are charged with murder and attempted murder. Cohen says with each guilty plea, remaining defendants might start becoming nervous.
More of a possibility that people are going to testify against me, and it may not just be one person, maybe 2 or 3 or 4. But on the other hand, I would use it and say, yeah, they pled guilty because they are guilty.
Hold on. I don't know if I got it. Let me see if I got it real quick. I hope I got it. Yep.
So if somebody gets arrested and gets in trouble and they want a deal, law enforcement officers are all too eager to say, well, tell us about Mr. Williams. Is he involved in this? What do you know about him? That's the problem with this case. It's coming from the word of people who are getting deals to say, yeah, he was there, or I saw him around, or he gave the order, or I heard from someone else he gave the order. That's what this case is about.
Now, just so we can be clear, that is basically what Meg Thee Stallion's case is about, except for in this particular situation, the police is bringing actual physical evidence.
You're not going to hear any confession of Jeffrey Williams.
So every time there is a potential link to anything, his name comes up.
But when you target a human being who's so well known, you make it so easy for the other person to say, oh, you mean I could be released from this location that I don't want to be? All I have to say is, I know something about Jeffrey Williams? That's pretty scary.
Present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any of you rappers that want to be taken seriously as gang niggas, street niggas, I'm not talking about for the public, because the public don't know no better. But I'm talking about for the people that's actually in the street. Because, you know, you guys is out there with them, and I'm pretty sure you niggas don't want to be seen as weirdos. If you are supporting what Gunna and his people are doing, you are supporting snitching. No, I didn't say Gunna was supposed to plead to anything. I'm not responding back to your comments. Matter of fact, I'm about to get ready to kick you. Matter of fact, I'll let you stay for a while so everybody can look at your comments and see how stupid you are. So listen, pay attention, just so we can be clear. I think I put that together pretty well, right? I played all the audios. It had nothing to do with my opinion. It had me just giving you information. That's it. Just me just giving you information. That's it. What Gunna could have did was not plead at all and take it to trial. So if you believe the only two choices was Gunna saying it's mine or Gunna saying it's Thug's, that's just because your IQ isn't enough for you to understand that there was more than two choices. That's the only reason. It's an IQ issue. You're not smart enough to know that there was more than two choices. So for everybody that thinks that he only had two choices, to say it was his gun or to say that it was Thug's gun, it's only because you're not smart enough to know that there was more than two choices. You see, the more intellectual, the more intelligent you are, the more different ways you see to do things. When you have a lack of intelligence, you only see one or two ways to do a thing, especially the more complex the issue is. But when you have a higher level of intelligence, you know that there's a myriad of different ways that anything can get done. So shout out to the guy that thinks that there was only two ways that this could have went. You might have ate paint when you was a kid. I don't know. I'm waiting to see if he got any other stuff to say that don't make sense, by the way. I'm ready to entertain some of it right now. I'm ready to make jokes about how stupid he is. I'm just being honest with you. Be careful about people trying to put you in a box and make it so that you don't have options. There's always options. Evil people always want to make it seem like you only got one or two options. Drugs. Obviously, this guy's on drugs. Shout out to Symbology Scanner. Obviously, this guy is on drugs. He's mad, though, because he's going to say I'm not respecting him. I think he's not respecting me. I think he's disrespecting me and y'all by coming in here saying that stupid shit. Wasting our time. He's like, there's only two ways out of this one. There's only two things that's possible that could be done. Just assume they ate paint. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of these kids, a lot of these dudes is grown ass dudes and they ate paint when they was kids. Remember, a lot of those schools had asbestos in them. A lot of these guys is not right. A lot of people is crack babies. You understand? I'm gonna say real quick. One of the flexes I have, my biggest flex, literally my biggest flex, is that my parents weren't drug users. That's literally my biggest flex. Literally, that's my biggest flex. My parents did not use drugs. I am not a crack baby. It's the microplastics in the air. It could be any old damn thing. That's my biggest flex, man. My parents did not use drugs. Alcohol people drank. That's my biggest flex. Well, you know, other than God. Other than God. That's my biggest flex. Parents didn't use drugs. That's why I don't connect with a lot of you niggas. There's a lot of crack babies out here, man. I'm telling you. I went to school with a lot of crack babies, man. And there's a lot of niggas that they little kids, and I know what your moms is doing at home. A lot of people that was crack babies, man. I'm not even saying that to be funny. I'm saying that as a matter of fact. I keep paying attention to people that come up in people comment sections just trying to start trouble. A lot of them motherfuckers is crack babies, man. I keep paying attention to these people that don't do nothing on the internet but try to attack other people all day and just be disrespectful, and they think that stuff like that is funny and productive. These niggas is crack babies, man. Now, are they crack babies out there doing good shit in the world? Absolutely. Don't get it confused. Academics responds to a report that Megan Thee Stallion plans to attack independent bloggers for posting in favor of Tory Lanez while covering trial. If that's not sinister, I don't know what is. This bitch is telling you she's Emperor Palpatine. She has declared to the world she's a villain. Megan Thee Stallion declared to the world she's... I gotta do this video. Megan Thee Stallion declared to the world she's a villain. My nigga. The Academics Post reads, NBC News wrote an article claiming Megan Thee Stallion's lawyer is about to attack independent media outlets. Guess who's not independent? ABC, NBC, CNBC, CNN. Guess who is independent? YouTube! NBC wrote news articles claiming Megan Thee Stallion lawyer is about to attack independent media outlets for their coverage of the Tory case. That would be an awful idea, especially if the verdict comes back. Who is it? What in the hell? Shout out to Until Freedom. Y'all niggas is in bed with a real supervillain.
We're not built like that as a people, man. Why though? Why? We built to lift up and to tear down. Some of us are, and I applaud those and I praise those people. Right. And I understand those people. Right. Those are the people that are not narrow-minded, the people that want to make it to the next step.
The people that don't think there's only two ways.
Willing to work for it. The people that's going to grab somebody on their way up. But the others...
I stay trying to grab people on my way up.
They don't want that. They want to sit there with their bow and arrows and their guns and shoot you until you fall down. And they don't understand that does not make them higher to shoot you down.
Because you failed. You're not all of a sudden higher because he failed.
That don't make sense.
You helped bring him down.
True. We're not built like that as a people, man. Why though? Why? We built to lift up and to tear down. Some of us are, and I applaud those and I praise those people.
Right.
Yo, why is he saying the shit that I tell y'all every day? Why is he literally saying the shit that I say every day? And I say that shit in protection of myself from evil elements. Why is this man right here, Deion Sanders, a leader of men, who's good at leading men, telling y'all the same thing that I say? He's a leader of men, and he's good at leading men. And he's telling y'all the same thing that I say. That part.
We're not built like that as a people, man.
Remember, 90% of the problems people have with me is that I said something and they felt offended. Not I did anything. I just said something and they was offended. It hurt their heart. I might not even have been wrong. I just said a thing and they was offended. So now they search me out into the day that I die. There's something to say. Pay attention to who you support, because you're telling God where your heart goes. Pay attention to who you support, because you're telling God that's where your heart's at. I can't play the song, but yes, I'm a big Ice Spice fan. I am not a munch. Although I do agree that if you are in a relationship with a woman, you kind of got to be a munch after you're in the relationship. Kind of. You know what I'm saying. I can't play the song, but I heard the song and I didn't care for it either. But the one thing I will say about Ice Spice is, even though I don't care for that song, that new one she got, the one thing I will say about Ice Spice is she has a specific sound. So she might not need to be as talented as other people. Just so we could be clear. She might not need to be as talented as other people because she has, genuine specific sound. You understand? Like she sounds like her. Nobody else sounds like her. So she might not need to be as talented because she's different. Like if you're not really that talented, the best thing you could do is be different. The worst thing you could do is try to be like somebody else because you're not that talented. So in whatever the thing that you're doing, you might be more talented. Your talent might lie somewhere else. But if you're trying to do a thing that you're not talented at, you're not going to find what your talent is. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't try to copy off nobody. You understand? I don't try to copy off nobody. I believe I'm the shit. I have pretty good proof. But I also believe a lot of us is the shit. You understand? I don't believe I'm the only one. There's a ton of us out here. We the shit. Also, I just want to show y'all this real quick while I still got this map up. Also, let me get this one. You see this map right here? So this is my school right there, right? Not that one. That's PS23. I don't know. That school wasn't there when I was a kid. It didn't exist. So this is my school right here, PS59, right? You see this? One block right here. That's 183rd. That's 182nd, pardon me, right? That's back here right here. That's 183rd right here, right? This is where that kid got killed at. Junior. He got killed on that block. All right? Junior got killed on that block over here. Whatever that block is, I don't know if y'all can see. This where you see the Chinky grocery. He got killed over there. That's the block he got killed on. This is my school right down the block, right here. This is my school, and he got killed on this block. Look, one block. Boom, he got killed right there. I believe the store is on this corner right here. I think it was this store. I don't think it was that store. I think it was this store. It's on this. I think it was on this corner. So he got killed right here. And this is the school I went to right down the block. Look, one block. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I grew up in this area. There's nothing over here. I just want to show y'all this real quick. Like, there's nothing over here. Like, there's no train. I'm going to show y'all where the closest train is. So, hold on. I'm going to zoom in. So this right here is, you see 182nd Street right here. This is the school right here, PS59 Community School. I'll show you where the closest train is. And I'm not talking about that train. That's the LLR, whatever the fuck. The closest train to, like, if you want to go somewhere. Look, the Grand Concourse. That's where the closest train is. Boom. But that's not even the train station. The train station's at 183rd. That's the train station, right? There's also one on 180th, I think. So, yeah. Oh, and that's all uphill, by the way. That's all uphill. All of that is uphill. Once you hit Webster right here, this is all uphill. And then when you get to the Grand Concourse, it starts going downhill again. This is downhill on this side. So whenever you're going towards the Grand Concourse, you're walking uphill, basically. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Hold on. Rule says, don't nobody see them dots. Jones says, Frost, it's the same lady, Cat Kitten Bog. Hold on. Let's look this shit up. We still here. What time is it? My food ain't ready, so it don't matter. I do like the early start, though. What's this girl, the woman name? Cat. She wrote the article. Yeah, she wrote the article, huh? Trying to put a black man in jail for a crime he didn't commit. And she was on Amber Heard team. That should be enough. Anybody that was on Amber Heard team, period, you should already know they can't be trusted. Everything she's against, I'm for. How about that? I don't even need to know. Just let me know. But generally, like if you tell me she's against something, I'm probably just gonna be for it. I'm just gonna be for it. If you tell me, yo, this chick Cat Tintenball, she's against the thing, I'm gonna be like, really? We gotta get over there and be for it. I'm not gonna do that because it's not my mom. But no, this person is definitely a bad person. No, yeah, that person definitely bad. They bad media. They bad media. They bad media. They bad media. They bad. But she wouldn't be able to get to the point to be bad media if there weren't people encouraging her bad behavior. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying, like, people, you can't encourage bad behavior. Like, what are we trying to do? Like, you encouraging bad behavior because to you it's entertainment. But is that entertainment productive? Is that entertainment helping society, doing anything? Or is that entertainment hurting? If it's doing nothing, then let's go for it. But if it's harming, discrediting, disparaging, in any way being harmful, like how can you allow yourself to be a part of that unless you just openly saying, yo, look, you don't believe in God. You're openly saying, you know, either you don't believe God exists or you're openly against him. Because literally you might as well do that. If you're actively out here doing things that you in your heart of heart know is bad. So we got 26 votes so far. It says, do you think Gutter will testify against Young Thug? 54% said yes, 30% said no, and 15% said 50-50. We got a couple of more votes. Go get your vote in. These dudes don't have a choice but to testify. There's a lot of these rappers that immediately started putting out Gunna ain't a snitch, Gunna ain't a snitch. And y'all gonna at the same time proclaim to be street niggas. Just keep it a stack. Like, I'm not a street nigga. You understand? And I know Gunna snitch. So how is, or should I say, but I understand that at some point Gunna is gonna be called to testify. Or there's a very good chance Gunna's gonna be called to testify. And in the things that he's already said, he's created a situation where Thug is going to be being prosecuted for a crime that he was there when it was committed, while he's not going to be held accountable for the same crime. There's something to be mindful of. Why these individuals is like, yo, this ain't snitching, man. I just told what I did. Yeah, I know. We got 7 people there. Let's say you got 5 people that are a suspect of a situation, right? These four people all tell exactly what they did. You trying to tell me that the police don't know what this guy did? If these guys say everything that they did, they're being honest. They're not lying. They're telling the truth. So they say everything that they did. You don't think the police can't figure out what the last person did? You don't think they can figure it out? There's people in jail for crimes that they did not commit. You don't think the police could figure out? I think that's a point that people need to just pay attention to. There's people in jail for crimes that they are 100% innocent of. You don't think that the police, if they have all that information, is going to be able to figure something out to keep you in jail? There was just a dude that I think he was from Philly. I'm not 100% sure. But he just did 25 years for a crime he didn't commit. He just got out like a month or two ago or some shit like that. That nigga dead. He got killed. Personally, I think he snitched to get out and then he got killed. But yeah, he got killed. Hey. K Goddess is so cute. I am kind of upset she don't fuck with me. I'm kind of upset she don't fuck. Kinda, not really, but kinda. She is so cute. I kind of feel the way she don't like me now. Like generally, I don't. Like I really don't really care. To be honest with you, but I kind of feel the way. Kinda, like kinda. Not really, but kinda. She's cute. I don't know how much more they're gonna show. I don't want to show the actual shooting, but apparently a Walmart worker was held hostage at gunpoint by a female shopper, and then the police came and shot the shorty dead. The hostage taker. I don't want to show that part. I don't know exactly what they showed. Somebody just sent this to me. That's bananas. Look at this country music singer chick. She got cake. Like, what the fuck? I keep acting like these white women that don't also got asses. See, what happened was, in the 70s and in the 80s, for some strange reason, having no ass was popular. I have no idea why. But for some strange reason, I guess people were trying to look like white women. I mean, that's the only way I can put white, not just regular white women, though, but, you know, white women that are on drugs. Apparently, in the 70s and the 80s, maybe in the 60s too, what the fuck do I know? But apparently in the 70s and the 80s, having no ass was popular. So all of the exercises the women were doing was to make it so they don't got no ass. This is the truth. This sounds like it's bananas, but it's the truth. Yeah, she's stupid. I like that energy. She's so silly. Yeah, I generally just watching chicks dance on Instagram. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just usually be generally watching chicks dance on Instagram or doing work. That's only 2 times I'm on that damn app. I'm about to let y'all go because I'm hungry. I gotta go get some grub. There will be a Tonight Show tonight. I want to apologize about no Tonight Show last night. There will be a Tonight Show tonight. If you would like to have if you would like to buy some advertisement on the Tonight Show tonight, hit me up. I'll give spots away for the super low because I just want to populate the content. I'll give spots away for the super low. We gonna have $10 spots for tonight. If you want to advertise on the Tonight Show tonight, we got $10 spots. So drop $10 to me, and then we'll do your spot. With that being said, Everybody, just go have a beautiful day out there, man. Have no expectations. Just know that you're walking with God and try to do your best to stay in step. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Boys. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care, brother. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.
Imagine meeting me for the first time. Bitch! An experience. Life-changing. Life-altering. Never the same again. I envy you.